So, my buddy Luis listened to Spider-Man
Yeah.
last night. He was listening to it. He's apparently listened to a few episodes, but this is the first one he told me about.
Yeah.
And he texted me at one point, and he's like, "Man, now I want to go back and rewatch Spider-Man just to imagine Tobey Maguire getting hit in the face with mace."
That's right.
Like, are you one of those ones that would have paid Joe $200 to punch him in the face?
We need to cry more. Hit him again. That's funny.
I thought so.
I like it.
Hello and welcome to episode 66. Nope, 56 of the Watch It Pro podcast. I am Tristan,
And I am Marshall.
and today we are going to be talking about a movie based on a Disneyland ride in
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes, we are. I remember when it was first announced, a lot of people, there was a lot of discourse like, you can't do a movie based on a ride. That's going to be stupid.
And they were wrong. Turns out they were stupid. No.
I mean, there was after this one, there was 4 others, and there's talk of a 6th one.
Is Johnny Depp back with the franchise?
We shall see. I know Disney's sucking up to him pretty hard at the moment,
Yeah. Okay.
so we'll see.
Now, have you seen all of them?
I have seen all of them.
Okay. I was gonna ask if they all hold up or they
I
get
have
stupid after a while,
I
like
have
Star
not seen
Wars.
all of them recently. I know I didn't care for the 4th one as much as the rest of them.
Is that the one where Johnny Depp was gone?
No, he's been in all 5 of them.
Has he?
Yes.
Okay. I thought they fired him.
They did after the 5th one has come out. Disney cut ties with Johnny Depp when he was in that court battle.
Right.
And now they're like, "Hey, we looks like you didn't really do anything wrong. We're sorry."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was in all of them. And yeah, I didn't care for the 4th one as much as the rest. And the 5th one was okay. It wasn't as good as the first 3, but it was better than the 4th.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching this last night and I was talking to Rachel about it a bit. I'm like, I don't think I've seen this one since I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
I
Oh,
remembered like 3 things that happened in this,
yeah.
and yeah.
As
So
where
it's like,
I've seen it countless times since it came out.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, you
But
watch a lot more movies than I do.
I do, and I jumped on that pirate bandwagon hard. Also, fun fact, Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite ride at Disneyland, so
It is a favorite, yeah. Mine was always Splash Mountain.
yeah.
Well, not always.
No, not always. Once we got you on it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Brer Rabbit was always my favorite, though. Kind of. I never
Go
really cared for the Brer Rabbit stories. I'd like the stuffy.
you you had the stuffed animal. I mean, you didn't even know of the stories growing up. It was
A couple of them I did. Grandma told me a bit about them.
yeah, and we did have those little the cartoon Disney books that told the story of Brer Rabbit and his little adventures without the Uncle Remus of it all.
Yeah, that's true. We did, but.
Don't throw me in that briar patch.
Yeah, there are some unfortunate ties there. Anyway, but we're not a Brer Rabbit podcast.
Nope.
Yeah, that's another nope. most of the time it's not yet, but I think for Brer Rabbit it's going to be a nope.
Yeah. I don't think I don't foresee us ever doing songs of the South.
You can't even find songs of the South.
No, you can't. Disney's
It's like,
Disney's
you
got
never
rid
can
of
find songs of the South. Disney's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That was never a thing.
it.
No,
You
yeah,
made
it
a
was
ride
with the
based on the characters. No, we didn't. Look,
yeah,
it's Tiana. Oh, okay.
kinda. What about the Brer Rabbit, the Brer Bear, and all that stuff? Yeah, those were just characters. They just kind of happened one day and no reason whatsoever. We needed something for Louisiana Square, New Orleans Square.
Yep.
And so we came up with Southern woodland creatures.
We're going down a weird road.
We are going down a weird rabbit hole.
Ah.
But anyway, The Curse of the Black Pearl was directed by Gore Verbinski,
Yes.
who also directed such things as Mouse Hunt and The Ring.
Interesting.
The screenplay was written by Terry Elliott. Nope. Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, who also worked together on Aladdin, The Mask of Zorro, and Shrek.
Okay.
As previously stated, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, it's a long title, is based on the ride Pirates of the Caribbean from Disneyland.
Yes.
Moving on to our starting credits. Thank you for that input, Marshall.
You
We are starting.
you're 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 welcome.
Starts out with Johnny Depp, who you might know from anything Tim Burton's ever done.
Yes, yes. The, fun fact,
Yes, sir.
the role of Jack Sparrow was originally written for Hugh Jackman.
That wouldn't have been good.
It would have been very different.
Hugh Jackman's a great actor, but he ain't funny.
He's very funny.
Are you sure?
Yes. He's more
I'm
of
gonna
a
see.
I mean, yeah, he's funny.
You don't sound sure.
No, he is.
But you might know Johnny Depp from such films as Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, to
Yeah,
name a few.
just to name a few.
Unfortunately, he was Willy Wonka and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That was not a good movie.
What would possess him to remake that movie? Gene Wilder was perfect.
Tim Burton said he wanted to do it. Johnny Depp's like, "Sure, I like having fun with you."
I like money. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
he gets to work with it. He gets money. He gets to work with his friend. It's
yeah, no, no kidding. But what movie was I quoting there?
Forrest Gump.
Idiocracy.
He sounded like Gump.
That guy sounds a bit like Gump. I like money. Do you like money? We should hang out.
Yes. Oh man, I haven't seen Idiocracy in ages.
Forever.
Huh. Fun fact
Yes, sir.
about Johnny Depp and
Idiocracy? Oh,
Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp based his performance off Keith Richards.
I can see that.
Yeah, he was looking when he was got the role. He was looking into pirates, like they're kind of like the rock stars of back in the 1800s. So it's like Keith
The movie kind of
Richards.
leaned heavily into that.
It did. I mean, especially in later movies when Keith Richards came into the series to play Jack Sparrow's dad. He looked confused.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I did not notice this.
Oh, yeah. Keith Richards was in the third movie as Jack Sparrow's father.
Keith Richards can act.
Well enough for the pirate movie.
Moving on from
Yeah,
Johnny
no,
Depp,
it wasn't bad.
okay, good for him.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Jeffrey Rush, who was in Shakespeare in Love and also in Finding Nemo.
Trying to think of who he was in Finding Nemo because I didn't realize that. I know he was in House on Haunted Hill. He played the Vincent Price character. He's also in Mystery Men, where he played Casanova Frankenstein, the villain.
Oh yes, that's right. Finding Nemo also came out the same year. Ah, he was the pelican in
Nigel?
Finding Nemo. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on from Jeffrey Rush, we have Orlando Bloom, who was Legolas, most
Yes.
famously in Lord of the Rings and later in The Hobbit, which I
Uh,
still haven't seen the Hobbit series.
they're okay.
I I feel like it should have just been the one movie.
For The Hobbit,
Yes.
I think it could have been two movies very well. It got they got a little bloated. Um, and with the additions they added, they didn't make sense completely.
Okay. I never saw them yet, but I just figured you'd have the Lord of the Rings trilogy, 3 movies, 3 books. You have The
Yeah.
Hobbit, 1 movie, 1 book.
There's a lot that happens in the
Uh,
Hobbit, um,
That's also true.
and I think if it was one I know the cartoon did it pretty succinctly, but I think if you did, like, a live action movie of it, it would feel way too rushed.
So 2 movies would have been
So
fine.
I think 2 movies would have been good. Kinda cut it in the middle, yeah, yeah, but they did it they made a few choices that I think may have hurt the series. But anyway, we're not talking about The Hobbit right now. We're talking
No.
about Orlando Bloom.
Who was also in Black Hawk Down.
He was. Trying to
After
think of it.
him, we have what?
I was trying to think of anything else he'd been in.
Not much. And after him, we have Keira Knightley, who played Natalie Portman in The Phantom Menace.
Yes. Yes, yes, she played the, Queen Amidala's double in The Phantom
Yep,
Menace, and she was in Attack of the Clones.
she was. She was also in Pride and Prejudice.
She was indeed. Fun
Rounding out
fact,
our yes, sir.
she was so convinced that she was gonna get fired, from the movie during filming, that she packed very light originally
For pirates or for Star
for
Wars?
pirates. No, for
Okay.
pirates. She's like, "Oh, they're gonna fire me," but they didn't. They used her. And also, fun fact: when she took the role, she's like, "Oh, I get to be like a fancy lady sitting in carriages and stuff." And then come to find out, she's doing a lot of her own stunt work and things like that. And she's like, which is really hard for somebody as lazy as me.
At least she's honest.
Yeah, yeah. But she had a lot of fun with it. So
And rounding out our starring cast, according to the Wikipedia, Marshall's favorite one-stop shop for information, we have Jonathan Pryce, who was in Tomorrow Never Dies and had a good part in Game of Thrones before he was killed off. I'm assuming. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
but that I mean, from what I understand about Game of Thrones, that's a good assessment. And he played
I
Mr.
figured
Gibbs,
just
right? No,
sure.
no. Jonathan Price. He played
Oh, I thought you, I thought you meant in Game of Thrones. I'm like, sure, I've never seen it. What are you asking me for?
no.
But you mean in this movie?
Yeah, no. He played Norrington.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Jonathan Price. He played Governor Swan. He played Elizabeth's mother. So it does not have it. So in the Wikipedia, it does not have Jack Davenport, who played Commodore Norrington.
Jonathan Pryce played the mother.
Governor Swan, not Mother Swan. Governor Swan.
That said mother, and I was like, ah, really? I mean, kudos to them because I sure couldn't tell, but
No, no. Yes, Jonathan Price played Governor Swan, and then we had Jack Davenport who plays Norrington,
yes. The Curse of the Black Pearl was
as
released
well
on July 9th, 2003, as well as,
Kevin McNeil who plays Mr. Gibbs. I feel like
and it,
he's an important enough character to name right off the bat.
the Black Pearl was not built, made on a budget of 140 million, and it raked in 654.3 million at the box office, making it a box office smash
Yeah, yeah.
and
It
spawning
it was
105 sequels.
it was a box office match, and at the time, 2003, pirate fever was gripping the nation because of this movie.
Yes.
It was everywhere, especially for several years.
Oh, yes. No, I mean, even when we go to con, we would dress as pirates for, yeah,
Yeah.
nigh on a decade. Well, Marshall,
That's how long the Black Pearl sailed the seas, nigh on a decade.
yes. Should we see what this curse is all about?
Yes, we shall.
All right. So I don't recall this starting off with the Disney logo.
Yeah?
Did I miss it?
Oh,
Because
like the castle and everything?
yeah, it
No,
just
no,
pops up with,
it went straight into pirates.
okay, I was gonna say, I forgot to, I didn't get there. Marshall likes them logos, but this one didn't have one.
Nope.
And is this the first Disney movie to not feature a Disney logo on the intro?
No. There's a lot of Disney movies that don't have the Disney name on it right away, or at least like I mean, Nightmare
They
Before
didn't need it
Christmas,
though. We knew.
Disney
Pirates of the
movie.
Caribbean, yeah, that's Disney.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we get a Pirates of the Caribbean title, and that cuts away to a ship sailing through some pretty thick fog,
Yep.
and a little girl singing a haunting rendition of a pirate shanty.
Yeah. A Pirate's Life for Me, specifically from the Pirates of the Caribbean Ryan.
Correct. And she sings a little bit of it before some guy in a wig tells her to knock it off because it's bad luck.
That would be Mr. Gibbs.
That would be Mr. Gibbs. Thank you for that.
You're
And
welcome.
then yeah, they're Mr. Gibbs is talking with Governor Swan
Yep.
that his daughter needs to keep quiet, stop that.
Guess it's bad luck to sing about pirates.
And Governor Swan's like, it's just kids playing. She's just having fun. Leave my kid alone, you jerk. No. Actually, that's the gist of it. But then
Yeah.
we get the yeah.
I was gonna say
But then we
kinda. He's like, it is concerning that she's talking about pirates. She's like, oh no, I find the whole thing fascinating. He's like, yeah, that's what concerns me.
yeah, no, we find out early on that this little girl loves pirates. And then we see she notices a little a little boy floating on a raft. It's not really a raft, it's like a side of the ship of a ship.
Yeah. Well, we also get an introduction to Norrington here too.
Northington?
Norrington.
Oh. Tell me about that.
He's the Commodore. He's on the boat. He says, his opinion of pirates that they should all be met with a
Oh, a short drop and a quick stop.
Yep, a short drop and a sudden stop, and she glances over at Gibbs, who's pulling up his tie like he's being hung.
Oh yeah. And then so she's a little girl.
Yes, she's about 10 here.
And how old is Commodore or about to be Commodore?
Norrington, I
That
believe
guy.
he's supposed to be like 18 to 20 at this point. That being said,
Okay.
he's 30 and they didn't make him look particularly young.
Yeah, and then you find out that he's destined to marry Miss Swan, and you're like, ew,
Yeah, which was about 7 years later, 7 to 8 years later.
ew.
So he's like 28, she's 18. It's a little better, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the whole premise of like being 10 years older than your spouse is fine and it works and a lot of people are happy doing it. Where it gets kind of yucky is when you know them when they're prepubescent.
Yes, I agree.
That's where it's like, ew. Like
Yeah. No, I get it.
had he been 30 and she's 19 and they meet and it's like, hey, we like each other. It's like, okay, a little
Yeah.
strange because it's still young, but you're not going to bat an eye at it as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Especially in the 1800s.
Yeah, especially, I mean, back then the rules were different, sure, but something with it just still just kind of was like
Oh yeah.
little ill. So they find the boy and they're like, man overboard, and they pull him on board. And Miss Swan finds his little pirate medallion.
Yep. They also see the ship on fire too. That's
I was
just
just getting there because the fog keeps clearing, and they see the ship being attacked, and Miss Swan sees the Black Pearl.
yes. Yes, she does. She sees it sailing away, black sails and all that.
Yes. And I'm assuming there are no survivors of the ship other than the boy, who
Yes. That
who
would be
briefly wakes up enough for introductions before passing back out. And we see his name is Will Turner,
yep.
and she steals his medallion,
She does. She takes this little piece of Aztec gold that he's got hanging around his neck because she thinks that they'll think he's a pirate.
and they'll hang him.
Yeah, because that's exactly what Norrington said he'd do.
That's yes, he did. And then she wakes up, and we're in movie present day, because it's definitely not present day, but
Right.
in the movie, it's current times.
Yes, current movie time.
And we see that she still wears Will Turner's medallion.
From time to time because she hides it in her drawer.
Yes. But she's wearing it today
She is.
because she's getting ready for Norrington's promotion ceremony.
Yes, Norrington. Yes, Norrington's promotion ceremony.
That's
This
what
is
I
where he
said.
becomes. I know. This is where he becomes Commodore.
Right. And she gets a new dress. And man, are they tightening her in that.
That's how you did it back then.
And
You
she
basically get stitched in your clothes.
yeah, and she even comments on not being able to breathe right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And then we move downstairs where we see Will Turner has become a useful member of this society. He is a blacksmith, a great swordsmith, but apparently he still gives credit to his drunk journeyman.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a good apprentice. He makes
Very
his
good
boss look.
apprentice.
He makes his boss look good. Loyal to a fault.
Yeah, I would say just about.
Yeah. I mean, because with the work he does, he could easily start up his own
I
shop.
think they know that it's him.
Oh, most people do. I'm assuming.
Yeah, or at least they have
Norrington
a
even
hunch.
alludes to it later.
Yeah, they just kind of all let everyone play their parts.
Right. Right.
Which
Well, I
which
mean, if
from my understanding of that time and that era, um, it was more about keeping appearances than it was about truth.
yeah, yeah, I could. Yeah. Um,
A lot of things were that way.
Plus he doesn't have to. I mean, working for the blacksmith the way he does, he gets paid. He does his thing. He gets to make his swords and doesn't have to worry about the business end of it.
Right, right. But we get a little taste of his sword handling ability as well, and he is quite good, quite
Yes.
skilled
We
at
we
swording.
also get the first real. No, there's been a few chuckles here and there, like getting Elizabeth into the dress where they're tugging her in, or Gibbs. But the first real big laugh out of me, anyway, is when he's touching the sconce on the wall and it just snaps off.
Yes, there was definitely a lot more comedy in this than I remember.
He's just like, oh, it sticks it in the little. I guess it's an umbrella stand or cane stand or something.
Cane, yeah, probably a cane holder.
But yeah, that was a good bit of comedy in my mind. But yeah, we just see him swing the sword around a little bit and show off his skill that he learned when
Yep.
he was an elf.
Right.
Oh, fun fact,
Yeah.
since we're doing some sword play, the oh, what was the name of the guy? His name was Brud.
His name was Crud.
No, sorry, that was loud. Uh, Bob Bob Anderson.
Bob Anderson.
Yes, Bob Anderson did the choreography on this movie, and
Hey.
he got his start 50 years before this, working with Errol Flynn on movies back in the day, and he's a go to guy um, in the field uh, of stage fighting and fighting in general. So
Okay.
yeah, he did, and I'll touch more on the fights and things like that
When we get to
later
them.
when we get to them. But Johnny Depp mentioned that they had started doing the sword fighting before he actually kind of figured out the character. So once he was getting he during the fighting he had to incorporate more of Jack Sparrow into the fighting than just the moves themselves. So
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it took me a second, but yeah, I got there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Speaking of Jack Sparrow, we cut to Jack Sparrow, and he's on a little bitty boat that's filled full of water.
this might be
I
one
love
of
this
my
part.
this might be one of my favorite character introductions of all time.
Yeah. It's definitely up there for me where he's like coming in and it's like he's bailing a little bit. Like, he,
Well, and the first shot is him just standing on top of the mast, wind blowing his hair and all his accoutrements. He's just standing there looking very epic in this pose.
yeah.
Then he drops down the 8 feet to his little boat and starts bailing because he's in
Yep.
this little dinghy.
Yeah, no, it's not a big boat. It looks like it.
No.
Yeah, and then he comes by, he sees that they just hang pirates off of the somewhere, and then they just leave them for the gulls.
Yep. Yep. Gives them a salute
Yep, and
and
then
takes his hat off in respect.
yep, but then we see him standing back on the top of the mast, and then it
Oh,
it zooms out again, and we see like he's timed this very well because his boat is underwater and sinking,
yes.
and he gets I mean the perfectly timed so he can just step right off of where he's standing onto the dock.
And it's the perfect representation of his character too.
Yes,
The sweeping shot at the beginning, the grandiose, the presence that he has with the kind of everything falling apart around him, but always being in charge of the situation as well.
right. Everything looks chaotic. He looks like it always looks like the chips are stacked against him. And immediately, I mean, so you get the symbolism in the character introduction where it shows him and his image that he's portraying out, and then immediately you see his ship is sinking, and from that moment, you know you cannot trust him.
Yes.
You cannot trust him at face value at all.
Right. Right.
Which I
But
was going to
it
compare it to another character, their beloved character that he actually played, and that's Willy Wonka.
okay.
I don't
Yes,
know how
yes. I
much we
mean that's precisely how Gene Wilder played it.
played Willy Wonka is the same way. Where
Played Willy Wonka. Johnny Depp did not.
no, no, he didn't. But yes, it reminded me of Willy Wonka. The
I
Willy
get
Wonka,
that.
like the Gene Wilder introduction to Willy Wonka, of where from the moment you meet him, you learn that you never know, you never quite know if what he's telling you is the truth or not.
Correct, correct. I'll touch on it later.
But yeah, so he gets off onto the dock, and the guards are like, "Hey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
one shilling, and
it's
I
ti
need your name."
the guards. No, he's the
Not the guards, the boat dock guards guy.
yes, yes, the, um
What do you call him? What do you call him? Quick, come up with it. And hence why I said guard.
no, he's a, quarterma no, not a quartermaster. What, a quartermaster? I don't know. He's the guy that takes the money for people parking boats.
Yeah,
He's in
that's
charge of the docks. He's like, "Excuse me."
yeah. It's one shilling, and I need a name. And he's like, "What about 3 shillings and no name?"
He's like,
And
"Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith."
yep. And then as he walks by, he sees the bag of money there, and he goes, "Thank you,"
Yep, yep.
because he's an
Always one
opportunist.
step ahead and way more aware of his surroundings and what's going on than he lets on.
Yes. But now we cut to the ceremony, and Miss Swan is having trouble breathing because of her garments,
Well, yeah.
and nobody notices or cares. This woman is visibly struggling, and nobody notices. No one's like, "Oh, hey, let me just talk to you real quick."
Yeah. I mean, it's an indication of how they saw women back then.
Yeah, not good. I don't like it.
No. No, not good.
Then we cut Jack Sparrow. Now he's trying to get to a different dock to commandeer a ship. And the guards, which are actual guards, thank you
Yeah,
very
these
much,
these these are actual guards. And
are
they
like,
they jump on this really quick. They're like, "Hey, here this dock is closed to civilians. Get out of here."
and he's like, perfect. I'll let you know if I see one. Carry on, gentlemen.
Yes, very much so. It's like, "You're right. That makes sense. I got you. I'll let you know if I see any."
Yep. And so he gets them talking about the Black Pearl, well, arguing more like.
Yeah. So he's doing reconnaissance at this point too.
Yes.
He's asking about ships. He's asking why this one's being guarded and not the really big one in the harbor. And they're like, yeah, the big one, the big one's like the pride and joy, but this was the fastest, and nothing could beat this one. And Jack's like, well, what about the Black Pearl? That one's the fastest ship, right? And then they get arguing about the Black Pearl.
Yes. Very clever. And while they're arguing, he just kind of sneaks off to steal a ship.
He does. He does.
Does
We
not
also
work.
we also get a little information about the Black Pearl at this point too, where it's a ship with black sails, supposedly crewed by the damned, and captained by a man so evil that hell itself spat him back out. Those are
Yeah.
some of the rumors and stuff going on about this ship.
Yes. And then one guy's like, I've seen the Black Pearl. And he's like, really? You have? And he goes, yes. You've seen a ship? And he goes into detail. He's like, well, no, I've seen one with black sails.
He's like, and no ship that has black sails couldn't possibly be this.
Yeah. Anyway, but they're arguing good, and Jack Sparrow makes it. He makes it pretty far, too. And then they finally turn back and are like, wait,
He makes it pretty far. He's on the boat, standing at the helm,
yeah. But
with his
yes,
hands on the wheel.
that's pretty far.
That is pretty far. And yeah, they come running up, guns pointed at them. He's like, "Oh, but it's such a pretty boat. I mean, ship."
Yeah. And they're like, what are you doing? And he goes, well, I'm trying to commandeer this ship so I can do this, 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 this. And
Yeah,
it's like,
don't
oh,
lie to us. Like, yeah, I'm gonna commandeer a ship, sail to Tortuga, get a crew, and then pilfer my Weasley back guts out.
he wouldn't tell
Basically,
us the truth. He goes, unless he would tell you the truth because he thought the truth was so outlandish that you wouldn't believe it in the first place. Truth. He does
truth.
telling him the truth. So they have that conversation. And then we cut back to Liz. Miss Swan. I wrote Liz for shorthand. So I may end up calling her Liz throughout this podcast.
Elizabeth,
She can't breathe. She's still struggling to breathe. No one notices. And the commandant, nope, Commodore.
Commodore. Yeah, not Commandant Spangler.
That's what I was thinking when I said it.
No, this
The
is more
Commodore
like th-
is an
James
idiot.
Coburn, Commodore.
Right, right. He's like, I'd like to talk to you, Miss Swan. And she's like, sure. But we did gloss over the fact that when we saw Will, they briefly met. Um, Miss Swan was there also. Elizabeth was there also. And they were already making googly eyes at each other
Yes.
when
Yes,
he was
they
dropping off the sword.
there's
Chemistry.
definitely chemistry there, flirtation there, and she is Turner is very trying to be by the book, but very proper. She's like, "Oh, you can call me Elizabeth. I always tell you to call me Elizabeth." He's like, "Yeah, okay, but you'll have to tell me again, Miss Swan. I'm
Right.
not going to
He's proper.
disrespect you." And she's like, "Disrespect me."
Oh, wow.
That that
Okay, then.
that came out
That came out
way
way wrong.
that came out way differently than I kind of meant it. Um,
No, it's good.
Although, anyway,
Don't be so formal.
yes, don't be so formal. We're friends. We yeah.
Yeah.
I saved you.
Anyway, yeah, no. Back to Commodore and Elizabeth talking. He has no idea that she's struggling. And she even says it. She's like, "I can't breathe," and he's like, "Oh yes, I'm quite nervous myself."
He's like, yeah, that's nice.
And then she falls really far into the water.
She does. She's like, goodbye.
That's quite the plunge.
She eats herself off the cliff.
She doesn't yeet herself. She passes
I know,
out,
I know. She passes. She passes out,
and she falls into the water.
and this is
Jack notices, and he's like, "Are you the one? Are you gonna get her?" They're like, I can't swim.
And this is a
Commodore,
great.
go ahead. This is
I
great.
was I was gonna say this is a great indication of Sparrow too, because we cut back to Jack and those two guards, and he's talking to them, telling them stories. He's won them over basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and then in the background
And
you see.
it's yeah. And then we go to the Commodore, and it's like, it's a miracle she didn't hit those rocks. And to the Commodore's credit, he's getting ready to jump in after her.
Yes, he was about to jump. Gillette stopped him from jumping, but um,
Yeah,
he's like, "You'll hit the rocks. It's a miracle she didn't hit them."
yes. But we get some thumping once she hits the water. I think it's the medallion she's wearing
Yes, yes, it is. It's
is
the
sig-
medallion. It's
is speaking to the Black Pearl.
it's almost like a signal, just a poof.
Full speaking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Jack hands off some of his stuff to the guards and says, "Okay, don't lose any of this. I'm going in for her," and he does.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't swim." It's like, you guys are truly,
Truly useless.
yeah, yeah, the pillars of the Royal Navy.
Right. But he saves her. He goes down, he pulls her up, cuts off her corsage. Nope, corset.
Well, he cuts off the dress too because that's dragging her down.
Right, he cuts off the dress first, gets
Yep,
her up onto the dock. She's still not breathing, and then he cuts off the corset.
course, yes, corset.
I know we had corsets. Corsages, but yeah,
Video corsets.
that's good. Yeah, and once he cuts the corset off, he hands it to the guard, and she starts breathing again.
That she does.
Yeah, and they're really mad at this guy.
Yeah, it's that time that Governor Swan, Norrington, Gillette, and all the rest of the guards show up. Um,
Yeah, and they're looking at him like he's a pirate.
right. I mean, he looks like a pirate, but
He does look like a
it's
pirate.
a very similar scene to Jack and Rose at the end of the boat.
Yeah,
It's
Titanic,
like,
where it's like,
yeah,
oh,
what
good
did
for you. Yeah. What are you doing?
yeah, as opposed to, but this is way more clear that he saved her because they all watched her fall into the water, and now she's out of the water. And these were wet, but
And he cut the corsage off of
r-
corset of her so she
right,
could
right. And her dad's
breathe.
like, "Oh, that's disrespect. Kill him."
Yeah,
Which overprotective father much? I don't think they would have killed him with Norrington there. It's like, wait, 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 wait. But
and then what? Norrington shakes his hand and pulls up his sleeve and sees the branding,
yes,
and he's like,
yeah.
ah, pirate. Now we kill him.
Fun fact:
Yes, sir.
East India Trade Company would brand people with the P for pirates. Mostly it was on their forehead, not on their arms where they could cover it. But yeah, but that's accurate. Pirates would be branded by the East India Trade Company if they were caught and let go. Um, Also, fun fact because we get the introduction to this is where we first get his name too because he sees the tattoo, the sparrow. Um, for the film of this movie, the Jack Sparrow tattoo, the sparrow flying over the ocean and the sun, was a fake tattoo. But after filming, he actually got it for real.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Makes it easier.
it does. It does. Yeah. So I mean, he got it right on the same spot too.
Yeah. No, that's good. But
But yeah,
yeah, he's getting arrested.
Elizabeth protested to the death. It's like, wait a
She
minute, he
did.
saved me. He saved me. We no. She's like, oh, okay, well,
uh,
thank you, and that's when he gets discovered.
And she still doesn't want him put to death, and then so he uses her as a bargaining chip.
He does, which is great because he's just standing there getting all chained up. She's like, wait a minute, this isn't great. And as soon as they let him go, he's like, oh, finally. He's got
Yeah.
a second to to do what he's gonna do, and then he wraps the chains around her neck.
Yep. And holds her hostage and gets all of his stuff back and then makes an epic getaway, kind of.
Yes, yes, he does. I don't think he knew exactly how this would go, but he had the idea of get up and going
Yeah. He kind of was just winging it.
a little bit. But like I said, I think he's always kind of paying attention to things around him, looking for ways out.
Right. Always
Um,
got a backup plan in the works.
right, right. He grabs a rope, kicks the thing that is holding uh, the cannon, and it just all kind of Rue Goldberg's its way into getting him out of the situation.
Yeah. And so he's running and they're like, kill him. And so they're shooting. They have zero care for their civilians.
They do. They do. He's running past people on this bridge, and they're
and
shooting.
they're just
Everybody's diving out of
open
the way.
fire.
It's like, get
Yeah,
the pirate. Isn't
at
that
the expense
Nancy,
of
the
our
seamstress?
citizens.
Doesn't matter. Shoot him.
Everybody else get down. But he
Get down.
sneaks
It's a
into this.
pirate.
Yep. But he gets into the smith shop, the blacksmithery,
Yes. Yes, he does.
and he's
He figures the best way out of the irons is blacksmith.
yeah, and well, it works. He finds first he's trying to like do some weird thing with a tool.
Yeah, he's trying to smack the hammer on the anvil with his. He just doesn't have the force behind it because he's chained up, basically.
Right. So he uses a donkey and some gears. It looks like
Ingenuity.
ingenuity. Yeah, but yeah, he
So
ends
this
up
is all part of the
hitching them.
bellows system.
Right. And he gets it kind of up in between the gears. And so when the donkey that he hits with the brand moves and turns everything, it's enough force to snap the shackles.
Yeah, it is.
And then Will comes in. And we see the blacksmith is in there and he's drunk because
Very
Jack tries to wake him up and that doesn't work.
right. He discovers he's not alone, and he tries to wake this man up, and he doesn't. He's like, okay, I can do what I need to do now.
Yep. And then Will comes in and looks at the blacksmith and goes, "Ah, right where I left you." And then notices the anvil or the pick on the anvil and is like, "Ah, not where I left you."
Yeah. So he
And
knows
then
something's amiss.
right. And then Jack comes out and we get a sword fight.
We do. We get a really good sword fight.
The choreography in this is pretty good.
That's I mean, and that's to bring Bob Anderson back. This is like it feels like the old sword fights. I mean, he adapted as time went on with his sword fighting abilities and what they could do, but this it feels very classic yet modern in a way because it adds a bunch of the um, you get a bunch of different what am I trying to say? You get a lot of movement with it. There's the whole interaction with moving around the donkey who's moving now, so the gears are moving. They're um, using the environment to great effect.
Yeah, kind of like Jackie Chan.
Yeah, yeah.
It
And
reminded
then
me of a
there's
Jackie Chan fight.
the whole bit where they get launched up into the rafters, which was great and reminded me of Home Alone, Home Alone 2 specifically,
Oh yes.
when they run out of the Duncan soy chest. Because they're fighting on this they're fighting on this cart, and Jack's sword gets um, stuck in the one of the rafters up above, so he's trying to pull it down. I mean, he just hangs on this sword. And then Will comes back to fight and steps on the cart again when Jack falls on it, launches him up into the rafters, and then
Yep.
Will cuts a thing of barrels, which launches Jack back up, and it's a really fun, well done choreographed fight.
It is. And I like the part where Jack's trying to escape and or he's trying to basically trying to leave and then Will like throws his sword and it sticks into the wood and Jack's like grabbing it to pull it out, can't, and still struggles and then puts all of his weight behind it and still can't get it out. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, that's a neat trick."
Yeah. And we get
However, you're blocking my escape and you don't have a weapon.
yeah. We also get lot of not a lot, but we get some exposition in this fight too,
Yes.
where Jack because there's swords everywhere. He's like, "Who makes all these swords? What are you doing?"
Ow!
Sorry, you okay?
Shot hot coffee out of my nose.
I just looked up and you're licking the edge of your coffee mug.
Uh, Burns so bad.
Sorry.
Forgot the video was on.
Um. Yes. We learned that um Will makes all the swords. He practices all the time because so he can fight and kill a pirate if he ever meets one. He
Three
doesn't
hours a
like
day.
pirates. He doesn't like pirates because they destroyed his ship and left everybody that he knew for dead. Um, he's a good blacksmith. He makes swords and he knows how to fight.
Yep.
And Sparrow accuses him of being a eunuch.
Briefly.
Yes.
Now, it looks like Jack is gonna win this.
Yes. Yes, it does.
And then the blacksmith wakes up and cracks a bottle over his head.
Yes. Oh, one more piece of information we get from this fight because Jack cheats at the end.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he gets the like a bag of sawdust or something, or dust or soot. Anyway, he um uh gets the upper hand. Will's like, "You cheated." He's like, "Hey, I'm a pirate. Move out of my way."
Yep.
And Will's still standing in his way. He points his gun at him and says, "This shot's not meant for you. Move, please." So we're learning that there's something going on with Jack.
Yeah.
And then the blacksmith jumps in to
Knocks
save
him out.
day.
Yep. Now we're in jail.
Just doing my civic duties.
Yeah. And he gets the credit for it.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
But now we're in jail and we get that scene directly off of the ride.
It is, yes, it is direct. They did a good job about incorporating a few quite a few parts from the ride in the
In
movie
this movie.
in this movie. And
I
this
don't
is
think they do it in other ones.
there's a few spots. And
But
also they added Jack Sparrow to the ride after the movie.
yes, they did. Which I've kind of found to be a bummer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If I'm being honest.
Um I liked it. It's not like they put him in meaningful spots
Right. But it
in
still
the
was like,
ride. One of them, he's just kinda poking out of a barrel. It's like, "Oh, he's
but
hiding there."
but they changed the voices. Oh, where be Jack Sparrow? And
They did add some stuff there. They've changed a few things over time, which is bound to happen.
right.
But I enjoy the addition of Jack, in the few instances that he's there.
Yeah, I suppose.
Uh, but what di we if we they added, from the second movie, Davy Jones into the ride too on kind of a missed sheet. That I was kinda
Okay.
like, "Eh," about the ride, but anyway,
Yeah.
where are we? Oh, yeah, yeah, the scene from the ride where they're the guys in the jail are trying to get the dog who's got the keys over. It's
Yes.
the exact same whistle and everything.
I'm not sure they didn't just put a camera at the ride
And then cut to these guys for
and
the
then
next
cut to
shot.
these guys.
They
Yeah.
they lined it up very accurately. I mean, as soon as you see that, if you've been on the ride, you're like, "Oh, that's the ride."
Yep. But then
Did
we
not
cut
pick it up.
to Elizabeth, and she's on bed rest and she's talking with one of her helpers.
Yeah. Did we say that
Uh,
that Jack talked to the guys in the jail?
no, we didn't. Go ahead.
Oh, he's just, yeah, telling him to give it up. That dog's never gonna move.
Which, if you've
Um,
been on the ride, the dog doesn't move.
no, it doesn't. Its ears do things, but yeah, the dog. But yeah, the guys are like, "Well, we haven't resigned ourselves to the gallows yet, so we're gonna keep trying. Shut up."
That's the gist of it, yeah. Now we cut to Miss Elizabeth, and she is on bed rest, and she's talking with one of her helpers,
Yeah.
and
Yes, she is.
they talk about the Commodore, how he's a good man.
Yep, and how that's a smart
Eliz
match there.
That's a smart match there, and then she mentions that Will is also a fine man, and this perturbs Elizabeth, and she says, "Now that's too bold."
Yeah, that's too bold to say. He's a blacksmith and very handsome, so stop it.
Yep. And then we get a power outage
But she's got a good relationship
with her staff.
with her staff.
Yeah,
Yes, she's
yep,
not like other fancy women.
right. She's like Rose was.
Yes, the precursor to Rose, who came after Rose,
Yes,
but before Rose.
right. And then we get a power outage, and by that I mean the candle goes out. So this happens. There's a kind of a we catch wind that there is a storm coming in. I kind of glossed over it when Elizabeth fell in the water. That was the beginning of the storm coming in.
Yeah, and so I'll touch on this now too, since we're still in Port Royal. Um, they did film. We're still in a good point of movie making where they use a lot of practical effects. This movie is very CG heavy on a lot of things.
Yeah, I noticed that.
However, it wasn't shot on green screens. It was shot on locations, and that adds to it. They actually had a boat they shot on, for the Black Pearl and the Interceptor. They went through. They filmed all of Port Royal, a lot of Port Royal, and a Caribbean island, Saint Vincent. What they did was they went around looking for any island that had like this little bay that they could film on, and a lot of them were they're looking for one that didn't have a hotel on it that looked modern. So they found this little town on in St. Vincent, and they were able to add to the town, add buildings, distress some buildings, extend docks, um, make it work for their purposes. And then where the fort would be, they built the fort on the soundstage, but they lined it up right so when the sun would come, or not on a soundstage, but back in the states, but they lined it up right so the sun would match from what they're shooting in St. Vincent to back in California. Um,
Oh, man.
so, huh? But
Y
what I was getting at is the practicalness of actual sets, surroundings, the realness of the world, that adds to the movie in ways that some modern movies don't, where you're like, "Okay, here's a door, we're just gonna put the building in behind you, and then you're on a big green screen." And that everything behind you is digital, and everything in the world is digital versus the tactileness of physical things.
Okay.
And you see that a lot too with what they did with Jurassic Park. They built the structures and everything versus Jurassic World, where a lot of the stuff and buildings and things were all CG. In the background, that like, okay, that looks okay, but there's something off about it. You can tell it's not really there.
Right.
So I
Like
really enjoy um I don't want to say the old way of filmmaking, just the location filming, the actually having things there and being able to interact with the environment in ways, um, when you're filming versus we'll just put it in post.
right,
Like
right.
I
Oh,
don't
you
like that.
reminded me of a
What was that?
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say because I mean you can get environments made on we get people filming on green screen. We create this whole environment, um, and like I don't like that. Take out that building, put in a new building here, change it around. You get the versatility there, I guess, but it's you lose that realness.
Yeah.
But
No, when you were mentioning the sun, you reminded me of a fun fact about Titanic that we didn't mention.
about the night sky,
Yeah,
how it was wrong in the movie.
and it's right, and they corrected it now.
Yeah, yeah, because Neil deGrasse Tyson told him what the right sky was.
Well, they asked him.
Yeah.
They realized they got it wrong, and they asked him what would it look like, and he goes, "It's this." And so they went in, and now they've changed changed the movie to have it be right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the power
That's a
goes out,
callback.
candle goes out. We see
Sorry.
Will working, and there's an ominous wind and a fog coming in, and we see the Black Pearl shows up,
Yes.
and
Yes, it does.
they
It
don't
just rolls
they
in.
don't ask questions. They just attack.
They do. It is
They
it
start shooting
is
cannons.
a full on, "We're here. We're pirates. Get used to it."
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
pirates. I'm cutting that out.
okay.
So the the pirates attack.
Yeah, they just show up and start going. They know what they want. They're here for it. Let's get it done.
Yep. And
Because not to bury the lead, but we find out pretty quick this is the last thing they need.
yeah, and they're going after Miss Swan because she's
They
wearing the
are.
thing.
Right, right. Miss Swan's maid's like, "You're the governor's daughter. They're coming for you because you're a high value commodity."
Yes and no. They're going after her. Yes, not because she's the government daughter.
Governor's daughter.
That's what I said.
Yes, yes, but yeah, I mean, they are going after her, but not for the reasons they think they're going after her.
Correct. And that even comes up later, where she's hiding, and one of the pirates is like, we can sense it. What you're wearing calls to us. We know exactly where you are."
Yes, yeah,
And
and these two pirates. Where'd it go? Oh no, hang on.
oh yeah, and it's funny because um, you get the crossing swords with the shield, and she's trying to pull one of the swords out, and it
Oh
just
yeah,
doesn't work
no,
before she
no, it's
hides.
it's a decoration so the sword doesn't come out of the thing.
Right.
She's like, "Haha, I'll
That
defend myself." She just pulls it off the wall.
yeah. And she's trying
Um,
to pull it out of the sword, and it's not going anywhere. So she
but
gives up and hides in a closet.
these two pirates we see a lot, and they are in other movies as well. These are like the two main crew member pirates, aside from Barbosa
Yep.
himself. But these are Patel and Regati, played by Mackenzie Crook is Regati, and Patel is Lee Ahrensberg.
Okay.
And Patel's the shorter, balder one, and Rigotti's the guy with the wooden eye or the fake
It's
eye.
splinters. Sorry. But yeah, she gets caught and then she invokes parlay. And then she explains to them what parlay means. And he's like, I know what it is. We're pirates. What are you doing? And it's at this, and then so they're like, oh, we'll take her to meet the captain. And it's at this point that the cloud cover kind of breaks, and we see the curse. We see that they are undead,
Not
adjacent.
really. We
They're
don't we
undead
don't
adjacent.
we don't really see it here. The most we see is the one pirate in the jail cell trying to get at Jack.
We see we see their bones.
Yeah, yeah, but not Patel Brigatti.
No, no, no. The cloud cover goes, and we see like the guy trying to get Jack, and he reaches in,
Yeah, we see
and
his
his
bones,
hand,
but that's all we see, just his arm.
his
It's
right,
hinting at something without actually showing it because we get the really good look on the ship in a little bit.
right. But Jack also says, so the curse is real.
Yeah, yeah. So Jack's able to put things together, but yeah, the so we glossed over a little bit. There's a bunch of pirates walking to the jail. After a cannonball hits the jail, the cell adjacent to
Yeah,
Jack's, and all the guys who were trying to get the dog are like, "This is Fortunatus.
yeah.
Goodbye."
One guy's nice. He goes, my sympathies to you, man. You don't have good luck.
Yeah. Or does he?
Or does he?
Yeah. But yeah, the pirate's like, well, 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 if it isn't Jack. They banter back and forth. He realizes the curse is real or there is a curse. Um,
Yep. Oh, here it
and they
is.
leave him
Right
to
now.
rot.
They do. Good for them.
Yep. We also
But
get
then we
shots of people in town fighting pirates as well.
and getting destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. Guards,
It does not
people.
go well.
Nope. Will Turner's out there fighting too.
He almost gets killed a few times.
He does.
But we get Elizabeth
He,
on board the Pearl.
he almost gets blown up too.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Because he's fighting the pirate that has all the bombs.
Right.
Fun fact about this pirate:
Yes, sir.
his beard is always smoking.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, the pirate that has the bombs. He's got the beard that kind of comes out. They put little incense cubes at the ends of his beard and lit them up during each take, so it was always smoking, like he was a
On
pyro, basically.
fire.
A little bit, yeah, yeah. He'd burn himself sometimes or burn people when he was swinging his beard around because it's got little. Anyway, but yeah, that was a fun little fact about that pirate specifically. But Will gets knocked out and left in the street.
Yep. And Liz is on the Pearl. Miss Swan is on the Black Pearl. She wants to negotiate with the captain,
Yep.
and she seems to discover that she does, in fact, have some leverage. And then she proceeds to give them the worst name she possibly could have given them when they ask what her name is.
Yes, Elizabeth Turner.
And then she does dumb stuff.
Notice that she didn't go with Norrington.
Right, but she didn't want a name that had any kind of status to it.
Right. Right.
That was what she was going with.
It
But
was.
she does make a deal, and it's not a good deal.
No, it is not a good deal because Barbosa is a very literal man.
And she protests, and he's like, check it out, kid. That's not part of the deal. Parlay only works if you're actually a pirate. You were lucky that we were nice enough to honor it, and rules are more like guidelines anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, we're pirates,
welcome.
so
So, welcome to the Black Pearl. You're gonna be here for a while.
yeah,
Then Will wakes up, and he is gung ho about getting his girl back.
he is.
Nobody else is.
Governor Swan is a little bit.
But the dude that she's supposed to be marrying could not care less.
No, he's got other things to worry about. Pirates just
Yeah,
invaded Port Royal and killed a bunch of people.
and that is sad. But his wife to be is kidnapped by them.
Yes.
So Will oversteps and is reminded his place, and so he leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, and he suggests using Jack Sparrow. He's like, "Look, we got a pirate here. He can tell us where they're going to be." And Norrington's like, "Those pirates left him here. They're not friends. He doesn't know. Shut up."
And then the other guys help. The guards from earlier who talked to Jack Sparrow. They
Yeah.
help. It doesn't help anything, but they sure try.
Yeah.
Because they're like, he was talking about the Black Pearl. He knows about the Black Pearl. They're not Irish.
The Black Sparrow.
And yeah, it does no help. So Will leaves and he goes to Jack and he's like, all right, dude, let's talk business.
Yeah. And Jack's like, "Meh, nah."
And then Jack finds out that he's Will Turner.
Yes. That's a good name. Short for William, right?
Yeah,
Your father's name, maybe, right? He's like, okay, I'll help you. Get me out.
yeah. He's like, "I," and then we find out that he that Jack knew Will's dad.
We don't find that out right now.
I thought he said he did. Oh, no, that's on the boat later.
Yeah,
Anyway, la, 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 la.
no, but we do find out that William, Will Turner, Orlando. We find out that
Got
Will
that?
Turner helped put these bars in. He knows how to take them out. They just put a little bit
Leverage
of
and
leverage on the
strength.
door, it pops it up, and you're good to go. So he uses a bench, gets Jack out, and they're on their way.
Yep. They
And
leave.
since Jack did reconnaissance earlier, he's got himself a plan.
Yep. And then they grab a canoe
Yep.
and they take it in the water underwater. Fun fact,
I was gonna say fun fact too, but you go ahead.
this actually works.
Fun fact, kinda.
But
The amount of air that was in the bottom of that canoe would pull them to the surface. They needed more counterweights on it.
sure. So okay, yeah, I didn't finish. Conceptually, it would work. You could go under and create an air pocket. With how big of
Yes.
the air pocket there was, they did not have the manpower to keep it submerged.
Correct. It was a great bit. I loved it. It made sense. But looking into the science of it a bit more, you're like, okay, that it's not completely feasible, but I like it and I accept it for this movie.
As a concept, it would work. So
Yes,
yeah, they got the physics of it right. They did not get the
physics of
physics of it right.
it.
They got the practicality of it right and the physics of it wrong.
It's a yes and no situation,
Right.
but
Yes,
it
it would
looks
work. No, it wouldn't have in this situation.
but it looks cool, and I like the bit
It
where he
does.
steps into a crab trap.
I was just about to talk about that because he steps in the crab trap. It gets stuck to his foot. It goes to the surface. You see the buoy going, and the random kid is just sitting there, and he's just watching it. And I'm like, oh, that's gonna be something. And then it's not, and I love that.
It's just a kid watching the crab trap get dragged away. He's like, "What the heck?"
That's the kid from earlier on the dock too. He was just kind of sitting there when Jack was talking about to be, put to death, and
Yeah,
like Jack says something, and he just kind of pokes around the guy and like makes a face, and then leans back.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway, so they board a ship,
yeah. The Dauntless.
the Dauntless, and they're getting ready to commandeer it, and then they
It's
get noticed.
it's the big ship too. It's the one that was
The
in the
big,
harbor. They
yep.
they they travel a good couple 100 feet underwater in this canoe,
Oh yeah, no, they're moving.
as not to be noticed.
Right.
Climb up the anchor cord and cord chain.
Yep. But they get noticed
Yeah,
as they're trying to commandeer it.
they also get there's like five, maybe three to four people on the boat when they get up there.
Right. They send them off on the dinghy.
Yeah, yeah, they put him in the dinghy and send him off. Will tries
And
to be all piratey. He's like, "Arr, avast!"
Jack's like, no.
It's like, "Stop it! Let me do the pirate thing."
So yeah, so they commandeer the ship. They're trying to get it going. The commandant Commodore
Commodore,
is looking at with his buddy, and he's like,
you really want him to be Spangler, don't you?
a little bit I do, but they're watching it. He's like, they need more than two people to run that. That's got to be the worst pirate I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So then they start chasing him.
Yeah, so yeah, they
And,
on the spyglass they look out there. Will's trying to get the sails furled up and pulling. Jack's just standing there telling him what to do, what to do, and then he
yeah,
looks down and sees the other guys in the rowboat pointing at the ship, like they're doing something.
yeah. So then they go out there in the interceptor
Yeah, they get that all prepped and go.
and go, and they catch up because duh, and they
Right. I
board.
mean, because they're still just sitting there in the
Right. They can't get the ship running because it's a big ship.
yeah. And since it because of the size, it's sitting out in the harbor versus being at the dock because it's
Yeah.
too big to be at the dock.
Right. Anyway, the interceptor catches up, and they all board.
Yep.
They're looking around. They're poking around. They can't find them anywhere. And then they realize that Jack and
Will.
Will are on the interceptor, and they're leaving. And Jack's like, "Hey, thanks for getting it all ready for us."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, about face and blow it out of the water." And then one of the guys is like, he detached the rudder. We can't move. We can't turn." And then the guy who said, "That's gotta be the worst pirate I've ever seen," says, "That's gotta be the best pirate I've ever seen." And the Commodore is not showing how impressed he actually is with being, fooled the way he was.
He does say, "So it would seem,"
Yes.
that he's the best pirate. But yeah, they make quick work of jumping to the ship as the Royal Navy was searching the other one, and yeah, it was
Yep.
a brilliant move.
Yep. But then we get talk time, and Will shares his story, and we find out that Jack knew Will's dad, who was a
Yeah,
pirate,
yes,
and Will
yes.
is heavily offended.
We find out, yeah, Will didn't press the matter earlier because he wanted Jack's help, but he's like, "What do you know?"
Yep. And then they have words, and they kinda clear the air, and then we realize they're off to Tortuga,
Yeah,
which
and this
means
is
turtle.
it does mean turtle. But yeah, we find out that Jack knew Will's dad. He was a pirate. Will doesn't like that. He's like, "No, he was a merchant." And then Jack
And Jack's
uses,
like, "Okay."
"Okay, he was a merchant.
"You're out,
You can
I'm lying. Did you know your dad? Oh, wait."
no, you didn't."
'Cause you're a little orphan.
Uh, but
Sorry, perfect setup.
yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, you either sail with me and believe that your dad's a pirate or not, but you're gonna have to square with that one day or the other. But can you work with me? We got to do this.
Yep. He's like, can you listen to a pirate?" And they shake hands, and then they land in Tortuga because they don't waste time getting there because they need to move this movie along because it's already too long as it is. Anyway,
It's not that long.
we get a lot of scenes from the ride in Tortuga.
We do,
There's a lot of them.
and it's just
I'm
and
not gonna.
it's not like full scenes. It's specific pirates doing things,
Right.
drinking on a boat,
The guy in the
whittling on
barrel
barrels. Yep, yep. So yeah, we get a lot of little nods to the ride here, and the biggest nod to the ride we get
is.
is Gibbs, who's sleeping with the pigs.
Yep. But we're not there yet because
No, we're not.
Jack gets slapped by a lady, and he's like, "I don't think I deserved that one." And then another lady shows up and slaps him, and he goes, "That one I might have deserved."
He's like, "That one I did deserve."
That's later. He gets slapped twice here, and then they go to the pigs, and they wake up the guy, and they're like, "It's bad luck to wake up." The guy's like, "It's bad luck to wake up a passed out man," and Jack's like, "Oh, I know how to fix it," and he goes into some tangent, what basically boils down to, "I go buy him a round of drinks,"
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
guy's like, "Okay," and then Will hits him with a big old bucket of water, and he's like, "I'm already awake,"
It's like, that one was for
and
the smell.
and and he agrees. He's like, "Ah, yeah, I get it."
That's fair. I was sleeping with the pigs,
Yeah.
but so we don't know what happened exactly to Mr. Gibbs, but you can. I mean, he knows Jack.
Yep.
He was on the crossing from England to Port Royal with the Commodore and uh, Governor Swan to get that colony set up. And now
Yep.
he's at Tortuga, so we can assume that he
He's kind of
either
piratey.
kind of piratey. Either he met Jack after the events of getting to Port Royal and starting to get set things up, or he knew him beforehand, which I believe he knew him beforehand
Yes, but that makes sense. But
from
they're
Jack's
in the bar
privateering days.
and they're chatting, and Jack's like, "Hey, I want to get a crew together, and we're gonna take this ship that I've borrowed." And
Acquired.
you guys didn't see the air quotes I did there when I said
No, no,
borrowed.
they did not.
And we're gonna go get the Black Pearl. And Gibbs
Yes, Gibbs.
is like, "You're nuts, dude. No way."
It's like, yeah, what
And
makes you
Jack's
think you
like,
can get get the Black Pearl?
"Hey," and does a little head tilt, and Gibbs doesn't get
I,
it.
I like that he doesn't
The
get it.
part's so good.
He's like, what?
'Cause
What are
he's
you doing with your
signaling
head?
towards the boy, because he doesn't want Will to notice that he's noticed, and Gibbs is like, 3 words, rhymes with duck. Um,
Yeah,
so
he's trying. He's not getting it. Jack's like, the kid.
and finally, Jack's just like, "That's Will Turner's son." And Gibbs is like, "Oh, I'll have a crew in an hour or in the morning."
He's like, oh, I get it. We got this.
"Yep, we got a crew. We'll go. Do it."
Yep,
And, now we're back to, Miss Swan. She's on the Pearl. She's invited to dinner.
she
And
is.
she says, "Bite me." And
Yeah,
and the pirates are like, "Captain thought you might say that, so here's your ultimatum." And she's like, "Well, looks like I'm wearing the dress and going to dinner then."
Yep. Yep. Get out.
And they seem really upset that they have to get out.
Yes.
And
But
she's
she
sitting
changes
there
to
and
go to dinner.
she does. And she's sitting there and she's trying to be proper. And Barbossa's like, "Yeah, you haven't eaten in a long time. Why don't you just forego formalities and eat the food?"
Yeah.
And she's like,
Eat
"Fair."
the food.
And she's like, "Fair." And so she just dives in.
Yeah, she starts mowing
And
down.
oh yeah, and he's like, "Oh, try some of that, and you're having apple after that." And she's like, "Oh, right, you're poisoning me." And he's like, "No, no, we have no need to kill you right now." He's like, "Let me tell you a story, though." And so he tells the story about the medallions and how they found the chest from Cortez,
Yep. On the Alley
but
de
it was
Muerto.
cursed. Yep. But how it was cursed, and they didn't believe in any fairy tales or curses because she's like, "I don't believe in fairy tales, Mr. Barbosa." And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't believe this one either until we started spending the coin, and the more we spent, the more we realized that like food turned to ash. We never stopped being thirsty. None of our fleshly desires were ever satiated." But yeah, he tells her all about it and how they need to what they're doing to get every that she has the last piece that needs to be returned so they can break the curse with the blood of a
Yeah.
Turner, her blood.
Yep. They've
Uh,
all gave their blood sacrifice already. They just need a
yep,
Turner.
right. Do we find out here that they
We do not
strapped?
find out what happened to Will. We do not find out what happened to Bootstrap Bill Turner here.
Okay,
Just that he's
thanks
not
for.
there and they need him.
Oh, I need his blood. And she's like, "Oh no, they're gonna kill me. I better run because I'm gonna get far in the middle of the ocean."
Yeah.
And so she goes outside
That'd
and
be
she
fair, you panic.
sees no, I mean that's fair, absolutely. But yeah, she goes out and she sees that they're all similar. They're kind of undead.
Yes, they are
They're undead. I would say they're undead.
yeah, they're undead, I would say.
Yeah. And then we get the famous line, "You better start believing in ghost stories, Miss Swan, 'cause you're in one."
Yeah. Yeah. We get some good effects here.
They're okay. They don't hold up.
They hold up better than some movies.
They do hold up better than some movies, I will say, but it's very like, "Oh yeah, this is 2003 CGI."
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also I mean, it's also really well done for the time.
No, it was. Yeah, no, they spent every penny of that 140 million.
Yeah, they paid their Nedries.
They did pay their Nedries.
But I mean, because I mean, each of these characters had multiple layers of CG on them. They had the skeletons, the fleshy layers, the clothing layers. Each character is made and fleshed out, and they what they would do is they f- they fill this scene with all the actors and use that as reference points. Um,
I say, was it mocap?
it was a combination of several things. Yeah, they did mocap to get the movements down on a soundstage with little ping pong balls, but they also filmed the scene with the actors doing everything. So they had to have them duplicate it in the mocap suits to kind of mock it. So when they filmed it with the actors the first time, they were getting the camera movements down, so they would rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it, and then they get rid of all the actors and just do the camera movement. So they had the blank plate of the ship, and then
Yeah,
they would use the motion capture skeleton people to put them in.
a lot of work.
A lot of work went into this.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's a CG heavy movie in a lot of ways, but it's also not in a lot of ways because that wasn't a CG boat. That was actual boat with CG people on it because that's how you do skeletons.
right. No, that's fair. So we cut to Jack Sparrow and his new crew, and he's meeting his new crew. We meet the guy with the that has the bird that talks for him because he's got his tongue cut out. That's funny,
That's Mr. Cotton,
Mr. Cotton. Yep.
and the bird
And
talks
then
for him, but no one really knows
ye-
sure how he got it to talk for him. But
and they're not. They kind of assume that assume what the bird says anyway. So it's just kind of.
yeah,
And then he hears a voice that sounds vaguely familiar and female, and
Anna
she slaps
Maria.
him, Anna Maria.
Yep.
And so he discovers her, and then she slaps him, and Will's like, "Oh, I suppose you didn't deserve that one either." And Jack's like, oh no, I deserved that one.
Yeah, that
That's the one he deserved." She's like, "You stole
yes.
my boat," and he goes, "I borrowed it without permission,
Yes.
but I'll get you a new boat. I'll get you that boat." Well, Will offers that.
Will's like, "And that boat."
Yeah,
I mean, because if things go according to plan, Jack will have the pearl. They won't have the need of this boat, so Anna Maria can have it.
yeah,
Fun fact:
yes, sir.
Anna Maria is played by Zoe Saldana, who played Gamora in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She was in Avatar, the James
That's
Cameron
why she
movies,
looked familiar.
because of Gamora.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff, um, and I always thought it would be cool if she came back in a pirate movie and did something, but we don't ever see her again after this.
boo.
I know, I know. I mean, she could run a whole series herself.
She could, especially now with Guardians under her belt.
Yeah.
I think the fan following would help her
Mhm.
movies do better. Anyway, so they set sail. Oh, we get a little part here where they're all boarding the ship, and I forget who it was. It's like is Gibbs is like
Yeah, Gibbs.
it's bad luck. It's bad luck to have a woman on board a ship. Not true. Historically speaking, pirate ships there were many women pirates.
Hmm.
That was never a thing.
Yep. Uh, Anne Bonny being a famous pirate,
Yep.
and
So they board it and they set sail through a storm.
yes, yes, they go straight through a storm.
And then we cut back to the Black Pearl, and they are at the cave, and they're
I was gonna
taking
say,
Liz in. They're taking Miss Swan
oh,
in.
during the storm scene, we get some exposition too between Gibbs and Will,
Right.
where we find out Jack's compass is a little bit more than meets the eye. And something we didn't touch on too was when Jack was being arrested. Norrington was going over his stuff that he had is like a compass that this compass isn't pointing north. Your gun only has one shot. I expected your sword to be made of wood. You're an awful pirate. Uh,
Yeah. But the compass points to where he needs to go,
yes, the compass points to where, basically leading him to this island that no one can find. And
unless they
gives
know
his
where it is.
right, unless they know where it is.
But
Um,
yeah, so the Black Pearl pirates take Miss Swan into the cave to go
yes.
return the medallion and die.
Fun fact:
Yes, sir.
this cave is one of the biggest sets ever built on a soundstage. Um, they built it to match to have the same feel as the caves from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Okay.
And they loaded it up with so much gold and swag. Because this has been the Black Pearl's kind of home base for the last 10 years or so. Every time they pillage and take over a ship, this is where they bring their stuff back to, which is why there's so much other treasure around besides just the Aztec gold chest, which kind of sits in the center of this all. So
Right.
that's why they have a bunch of different things there, not just gold, not just trinkets. I mean, they've got dresses and parasols and chests of other things that have been gathered, textiles, art. It's everything they've pillaged, they brought here, and it's a treasure cave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is, and it's fascinating. Um, but then we get the Jack's crew is catching up, and we learn a bit more about Jack here.
Yep.
I didn't write any of it down.
We learn a little bit about Jack the Black Pearl and why he
Oh yeah,
wants
how?
the how Jack used to be the captain of the Black Pearl.
Yes,
Uh,
and then there was
his
a
first
mutiny.
his first mate Barbosa led a mutiny against him and dumped him on an island all by him lonesome.
Yep.
Um,
And
and
then he stood out in the water to get all the animals acclimated to him, and he tied two sea turtles together and escaped.
yes, with a rope that he made from the hair off his back.
Yes.
But we also learned during this that the single shot that Jack has in his pistol um, was from the marooning on the island. That you would give that they would give you a single shot in pistol. Not good for hunting and living a long time, but once hunger starts to set in, that pistol looks really good to um,
Check
end your
out.
situation.
Yeah.
But Jack has saved that shot, and he doesn't plan on using it unless it's to kill Barbosa, his mutinous first mate.
Yep. So then they go into the cave, and we see all the goods are being returned, and then Will and Jack catch up to Barbosa in the cave, and we see Miss Swan, and they see Barbosa's little speech, and now they're gonna mount a rescue. We see that the blood is the final piece, and all they do is cut her hand and dribble some blood in there.
Yep,
So she was all worried over nothing, because I guess
exactly.
they didn't have any plans to kill her.
No, no, they did not.
Which I like. I like that they weren't gonna just kill her.
Yeah,
But
I
something
don't think it
seems
would have gone well for her after the fact,
no, probably not.
but,
She would have to become a pirate,
yeah.
but something's not right.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't
so Barbossa decides to test it out and shoots his new first mate.
I don't think Patel's his first mate.
He's important.
He is, like, him and Gotti are two of the 2 main extra pirates, but yeah, they they cut her blood, they all stand there for a second, and they're like, "This doesn't feel right. Did it work? I don't know."
So Barbossa grabs his gun and tests it out.
Yeah.
And nope, there's still no blood.
He's like, "You shot me. I'm not dead. Wait, you shot me. You didn't know I was gonna be a"
Yeah.
But yeah, we find out that it didn't work, and Barbosa starts yelling at Elizabeth, asking about who her dad is. Is your dad Will Turner? He's like, no,
Yeah. Nope. But then
and now
Will
he
busts
angry.
in. Yeah, now he's angry, but uh Will busts in to save Miss Swan.
He doesn't really bust in. He kind of floats in the water and says, "Shh."
Yeah, all I have is Miss
So
Swan and Will escape, and then Jack
so
gets grabbed.
a few things we didn't touch on. One,
Okay.
um, back in Tortuga when Sparrow was trying to explain to Gibbs about who Will was, um, he mentioned that they just needed a certain type of leverage to get what he wanted, which Will took to mean that he was going to be betrayed by Jack.
Right.
And I think hearing everything that's going on, they need Turner's blood, that he thought Jack was going to betray him completely. So he knocks out Jack.
Right.
Will hits
Yes.
him with an oar while they're in the cave watching what's going
Or
on, and he slips down, grabs Elizabeth, and they start making their way back to the boat, where Jack has told the other pirates to keep to the code if something happens.
and we never figure out what that code is.
We do find out once Will gets back with Elizabeth, which is I guess right now because they get back and they're like, "Hey, what happened to Jack?" He's like, "Well, he fell behind. Keep to the code," which means look out for yourself and get going.
Oh, okay.
But then, yeah, Jack
But that
comes
no, but then at the end of the movie, he's like, "What about the code?" And they're like, "Eh,
right. I mean,
never
because
mind."
we'll
Spoilers.
we'll get
Anyway,
we'll get to that.
we'll get there. Okay.
But yeah, Jack comes to at this point, comes stumbling in, and they're like, "You're supposed to be dead. What what are you doing here?" Because he just walks into this pirate meeting.
Right, because yeah. Right, this is the first they've seen Jack Sparrow since they marooned him.
Yeah, yeah. This is the first. Well, some of them saw him in the jail cell, and I guess they
Right.
didn't tell anybody they saw Jack
Yeah.
because some of them were like, "You're supposed to be dead. What are you doing here?"
And then Jack's like, parsnip, parsley,
Parsley.
party." And then one of the guys, parlay, goes, "Yes, parlay, thank you."
Yeah, the other's like, "Parlay? Curse curse the curse the muttonous dog who came up with parlay." And Jack's like, "That would be the French."
Yes.
But yeah, he's Jack's in a bad spot at the moment.
Yep. Miss Swan and Will make it to the ship. The pirates keep the code.
Yep. And they start taking off, or they do take off, and Barbossa's like, "Where'd the girl go?"
And Jack's like, "Don't worry about her. I know whose blood you actually need." And they're like,
Barbossa's like,
"Bar?"
"Dang it."
Yeah. Of course you do.
You know whose blood we need. I know whose blood you need. Of course you do, Jack.
So we cut to Miss Swan and Will, and they're getting friendly. She shows them the medallion because apparently he swiped the medallion back.
Yeah, yeah, she took it back because she's a pirate.
Right now, never mind.
Oh, what?
I was gonna get into logistics of like, well, I'll save it for later when it comes up
Okay.
later. It'll be a better talking point. Um, but yeah, so she tells Will that he was wearing it when she found him, and she was scared that he was a pirate. And he's like, "I guess my dad really was a pirate."
Yeah, yeah. Well, and he recognizes it because he used to have it. He's like, Where'd you get this? This is mine.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I stole it off of you
10 years ago."
10 years ago. I've been wearing it ever since. I didn't give it back to you. I just kept it because I liked it."
Yeah, he's not very happy about that.
No, I wouldn't be either.
It's like I thought I lost this. This is the only thing I had from my dad. He sent it to me,
Yep.
which he sent it to them so the crew would remain cursed.
Right. Yes, that is why.
Yeah.
Um, but then we cut back to Jack talking with Barbosa. They're heading after the interceptor. And it's great because the interceptor is running, and Miss Swan is like, what are we so panicked about? The interceptor is the fastest ship in the ocean, and Anna Maria, right,
Yeah.
is like, cool, great, that's fantastic. You can go ahead and tell the Black Pearl that when they've caught us.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Jack's trying to make a deal. He's like, okay. Barbossa's like, okay, so your plan is to leave me on an island with nothing but a name of whose blood I need to lift this curse. And Jack's like,
He's-
no, I'm gonna
no,
leave you on the island with no name, and I'm gonna shout it out you while I sail away on my ship.
yes,
And Barbossa's like, that's not gonna work for me. So what we're gonna do is catch up to that boat over there and question all of them.
yeah,
And Jack's like, "Oh, hold up a second. That doesn't fit with my plan."
right. But then the Black Pearl catches the interceptor, and the interceptor does a pretty awesome little maneuver. It's kind of like a Crazy Ivan
Okay. I'm just accepting that. What's a crazy Ivan?
from Firefly.
Okay.
It's where they, because the Firefly's got the two engines on the side, Wash flips one backwards and full power one side to do a hard 180 and then take off the opposite direction.
Ah, okay.
And this is essentially this is the boat version of a Crazy Ivan, where they drop the right anchor and then they steer hard and they do a quick 180
Yep.
on starboard side, and then they start cannons start getting fired.
Yeah.
We get a ship battle. And it's a
Yeah.
long ship battle.
They start before they get caught up on, they start throwing stuff off to lighten their load to go faster.
Yes. And then they realize that's a bad idea because they need ammo.
Yeah, and now they're like, "Well, fire everything we have left at them because we lost a lot of stuff, but just throw things in there." And they're just shoving things in these cannons.
Yep, and it's funny
It is. I like when
because we're getting a lot of cutlery.
I was gonna let's say I like when the cutlery hits the
Just
window. You see it all over there, and then one of them sticks into the wooden eye of the other guy, a fork,
that was a cool effect how he's looking around and it's just like
moving with
tracking.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, brave of him to sacrifice a knife for that joke.
yeah,
Kidding,
I know.
but yeah. So yeah, the interceptor is not faring well during this though.
No, it's hard to win against a cursed pirate ship that can't be sunk or destroyed.
Yeah, but bless them, they're trying.
They are trying. Um,
But then the pirates board,
yes, yeah,
and
we
things
get
go from
the
bad to worse.
yeah, uh, yeah. Things go from bad to worse. The ship starts getting blown apart. They falling apart. Caught on fire. Pirates are rummaging.
Is this where we find out that the monkey's name is Jack too?
Yeah, yes. So the monkey makes it over to the boat, grabs the medallion, comes back, and hands it to Barbossa. Which, fun fact, the monkey was not supposed to do. He just kind of ran up to Barbossa and ran up to Jeffrey Rush and handed it to him. So they went with it. And he says, it
Thanks,
says,
Jack.
"Thanks, Jack."
Or good boy, Jack.
Yeah. Jack's like, "What? You're welcome." It's like, "Not you. We named the monkey Jack."
Huh.
So they still had a Jack on board.
Yep.
We named the monkey Jack.
But
Uh,
Will's trapped below deck somewhere
he is.
because he's
He was trying to
dumb.
get the medallion, and the monkey grabbed it from.
Yeah, and then he got himself stuck.
Yep.
And they blow up the boat
Hmm. Boat
after
blows up.
they take the crew on board. Miss Swan, Jack, the rest of the crew,
Yeah.
except Will.
Elizabeth is worried about Will.
Everyone knows that Will is still on board the boat.
Yep.
And then it explodes, and well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Elizabeth is sad
Yep. And then Will shows up,
because he had a plan
and
and got
because
himself
he
out
had
of
a plan, and he's like, "Haha!" And Jack's like, "That boy's gonna do something stupid."
there.
And then he does.
It's like he knew. It's like he knew that this this rash little boy who's trying to save his girl is gonna do something stupid.
Yep. And then Will was like, "I." He makes a big old show of it too. I'm Will Turner. Bootstrap Bill is my father. I have the blood that you need. Like,
Yeah, basically, and it's so this this is great. It
you
reminds
you kind of want to punch the kid.
yeah. Well, he's standing up there and he's like, "Let everybody go." And like, "What are you daft? We can't die." He's like, "No, but I can." And Barbosa's like, "Who are you? What the, what what is this?"
Yeah, that's before he's given this speech. Like,
Yeah, and
he's like,
this reminds me of a episode of Justice League, the cartoon from the 90s?
Yes,
Lex
that's a
Luthor
great
Lex
show.
Luth Lex Luthor gets put into the Flash's body. His mind gets put into the Flash's body. He's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna find out who the Flash is," and he takes off his mask. He's like, "I have no idea who this guy is." Like, this done me no good. But yeah, Barbosa Barbosa's just like, "Who are you?"
Why do I care about you? We can't die. Ah, but I can. Don't see why I care.
Yeah, basically, it's like, "Do I should I care about this?"
Am I supposed to care about this? Is this supposed to be a big deal?
Yeah,
Do you
and then
do
he
you need
explains
your
it.
moment, kid?
Yeah.
Then who are you? And Jack's like, he's nobody. He's a little crazy, but he's
Yeah, little great singing voice, unique.
yeah, that's great.
Improvised line,
And
by the
then
way. The whole eunuch the whole eunuch running bit was something he just went with.
eh, that's fun. It's fun. It works, I
Uh-huh.
guess. But yeah, then we figure out who he is, and he makes a deal with him. Spare the crew and his swan.
Which is great. It shows Will's inexperience too. He's like, "Okay, I know who you are. What do you want? Let Elizabeth go. Yes. Anything else?"
Yes,
Uh,
no, yeah, we're aware of that. Yeah, what else?
you said that. Anything else? Like, yeah, yeah, the crew's not to be harmed. Okay, you made that very vague. I got it. And Jack's like, "Come on, me, anything about me?"
Yep. So at this point, we get Elizabeth being made to walk the plank, and we have Will, who is um,
Set
he's very
incensed.
upset. He feels like he's been lied to,
Yes, and
and
Barbossa's like, "Do not impugn my honor. You failed to give any more details, then she goes free."
you did not say when, you did not say where.
No. If you had said, "Take her someplace safe, drop her off at Point Royal," that's different than "Let her go." Because right
Yeah.
now, we're letting her go.
Yes. So they make her walk the plank, and he takes his dress back.
Yes.
And then they make Jack walk the plank, and Jack tries to barter for a second pistol.
Yeah, he's like, "Well, you left me with a pistol last time, but there's 2 of us this time, so you wanna give me a second one?"
And he's like,
And
no.
Barbossa's like, "No, you be a gentleman and shoot the lady and you starve yourself to death." Eh,
And then they push him off.
yeah,
But they get to the island.
they do. They swim to the island.
And
Oh,
then
and
Miss.
But before they get all kicked off the boat, Barbossa's like, "Hey, Jack, remember this island? It's the same one we made you governor of last time.
See if you
You're
can
going
mount
home."
another escape.
Yeah, yeah.
So they get to the island, and Miss Swan learns the truth of how Jack really got rescued, while Jack is trying to find the rum stash, which he does. Huzzah! Success!
Yes.
So they get hammered and light a fire.
You're not gonna tell them how people you're not gonna tell the people how he got off, just
Nope.
that she finds out how he got off?
Yep. Watch the movie. Fun fact: there were no turtles.
No. No, it was like you said, he was looking for rum because it's a cachet for rum runners in the Caribbean. So he was there a total of 3 days and was able to barter his way off with, um, I don't know what he had to barter off with, but he got off the island with, on bootleggers basically, or with
Yep.
bootleggers.
Yep.
Um,
And they're out of business now, so there
yeah,
goes
from what
the hopes of that.
Jack's like, "From what it looks like, probably thanks to Dorrington, they're out of business, so we're stuck, and I'm gonna drink myself stupid."
And they do.
Yeah.
And yeah, they drink and then they go to sleep.
So yeah, they both drink. They get Elizabeth gets all flirty. He's like, "Oh, it must have been terrible for you last time to be all alone." And he's like, "Well, the company's better this time, so let's drink up."
They both get a little friendly.
Yeah.
Um,
We also find
not
out Elizabeth
overly.
wasn't drinking.
I did not get there.
Oh yeah, no, she was not drinking. She was feeding Jack all the alcohol because as soon as he was out, she started doing her plan, which was burn everything on the island.
Yeah, so we get to the next day. Jack wakes up and the island itself is on fire. And Jack's like, "What? What are you doing?"
He's like, "No, no,
And
oh,
she's
this is bad."
yeah, and she's like, "What do you mean? The whole Royal Navy's out looking for me right now, and that smokestack's 1,000 feet high. You don't think they're gonna see that from forever away?"
Yes, but why's the rum gone?
Yeah. Then we get the famous. Oh, okay, but why is the rum gone?
Yeah.
Fire starter. Yes, but and she's like, "Oh, rum. It's despicable."
Yeah, it's a vile drink that makes even the best men scoundrels, so I got rid of it. And yeah, so yeah, she wasn't drinking. She was just feeding feeding Jack and playing into him.
Okay.
Oh, and when they were drinking, they were singing the pirate song that she was singing earlier, and he's like, "I love this song. I'm gonna teach it to my crew when I get my ship back." Ah,
Yes. He's very excited.
he is.
But it works. They get rescued, kind of. She gets rescued.
She gets rescued and he gets imprisoned.
Yeah.
And she's like, "We
But
gotta go save Will," and they're like, "No, we don't."
no, we don't. He's a blacksmith. He was out of line. He gets what he deserves.
He's a pirate. We're not gonna risk ourselves to go save a pirate
And
and
then
other
she's like,
pirates.
and then she's like, but consider it a wedding present. And the Commodore's like, oh, does this mean
It's
if
like,
I
"Oh,
go do that, you'll marry me? And she's like, yeah, sure.
that's what I'm gonna say."
That's gonna be the thing.
Yeah,
So they
and he's
go.
like, "Well, okay, let's do this."
And then Will asks, oh, because they're in jail together, Jack and Will. So he asks Jack where his dad is, right?
No, Jack's on the boat with Swan and
Right.
Norrington. We cut to the Black Pearl where Will's in prison,
Yes.
and Pagel and Regati are basically mocking him
Yeah.
and
And he's like,
and telling him what
at
happened to
least,
his dad.
yeah. And we find out that they strapped a cannon to his bootstraps. Bootstraps,
Yeah.
bootstraps. And they threw him overboard.
Right. Well, yes. We also find out that he did not like the mutiny. He was not for it. He didn't. It never sat right with him what they did to Jack.
Sure.
It, he was one of the ones that was on Jack's side, basically. 'Cause good friends with Jack. So between the point of him saying having an issue with it and getting dropped into into the ocean, he sent that piece of the gold to his son.
So
Like,
that they would
well,
all stay cursed.
yeah,
So
he
Bootstrap Bill is cursed as well.
yes, he's cursed and in the crushing depths of the ocean. So he's just down there not having a good time.
That's horrifying.
That is horrifying. But yeah,
And
they said that Bootstrap Bootstrap felt they deserved to be cursed for what they did to Jack, that it wasn't right. So they got rid of him. And then after that, they learned they needed his blood, and it was unfortunate because they couldn't go get him.
actually, he uses the word ironic because that's what
Yeah,
you would call irony. So very good.
yeah.
Very good. In 10 years' time, Bootstrap couldn't figure out how to get loose from the cannon. The cannon didn't rust away or fall apart.
I mean, maybe he did, but he's got to walk somewhere. They can't swim.
They can't.
No, they're at their core, they're skeletal.
So no buoyancy.
Right. Right. They're not buoyant. That's which is why we see them later walking on the bottom of the ocean.
Man, that's a long walk.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you had no idea where you were,
Yeah. So he's just down there doing whatever.
could have gotten eaten by a fish.
Could have.
That's not a very good time at all. I'm trying to think about how horrific that actually is. It just gets worse.
It does just get worse.
Spend some time thinking about it, everybody. It gets really bad.
Yeah. So yeah, that we find out what happens to what happened to Bootstrap Bill. Uh Will Turner's like, "Oh, that sucks." And then back on the Interceptor, not the Interceptor, the Dauntless, the big Navy ship. Um
Yeah.
Jack's like, "Right, you're gonna put me in jail," and they're like, "No, tell us where to go because we're gonna go save Will because my wife to be wants you to." He's like, "Ha
And
ha, let's do this."
yeah, he's stoked on it.
Yeah.
So he goes in solo. He tells them all what to do.
Yeah, he tells them his plan that they're gonna that to stay out here, get the cannons trained, and when the pirates come out on their little boats, blow them all to heck.
Yeah, sounds like a solid plan.
It does. They do not listen to Jack's plan.
They do not whatsoever.
Nope. Norrington's like, because Jack said it, I'm not doing it. They also lock Elizabeth in the captain's quarters to keep her safe.
Yes, yes, they do, and she is not thrilled about that.
She is not, but her dad's down with it, so it happens.
Yeah, but then we get Jack meets up with the pirates. He
Which is a great scene. So they're taking Will up to the chest, like, okay, just don't worry about it. It's just a prick of blood. It'll be over in a minute. And one of the other pirates like, don't take any chances. Slit his throat. We're getting all his blood out.
yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess you should fear. And then Jack walks in, and Burbo's like, no, 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 no. That's impossible.
Yeah, he's just kinda walking through the pirates, and Barbossa's like, "No, no, what? Ha huh?
How? We left you 12 hours ago."
You're already back."
Yeah. It's like, "What?" He's like, "No, no, no, that's improbable, not impossible. But you don't wanna do what you're about to do." Barbossa's like, No, I really wanna do this. I want this curse to be lifted." And Jack's like, "Okay, your funeral." Barbossa rolls his eyes. He's like, "What? What do you know? Why? Why do you this is why we left you on the island, because I hate you."
Yeah, no kidding.
But Jack tells him that the Dauntless is out on their front porch waiting to blow them all up and shoot them all once they become human again. So you should go take care of them now while you can't die. Eh? Um,
Yes,
and
and
at this
Will
point, there's
go
two
ahead.
two things are happening right now. Jack picks up some of the gold and tosses it back into the chest, and pockets one of the coins. You see his hand kind of
Doesn't throw them all back.
doesn't throw them all back. Which, fun fact, originally they had it so it was left very ambiguous whether he grabbed one or not, and it confused audience. They made it a little more clear. Which we also see that Will notices that he doesn't throw them all back, and he starts playing it up that him and Jack are not friends.
Right, so, that's why I was saying Javier, Will is in on it or plays his part. Catches
Yes,
he catches on.
yes, he's learning. He catches on, so he calls Jack a jerk that he was knew what he was going to do the whole time, and that I hate you.
Yeah, and then
Basically,
things don't quite go as planned because Barbossa's like, "Alright, boys, let's go for a walk," and he's like, "Walk?
yeah, you're
You're
not
not
going to get
gonna
in the little boats and go
and do the thing?"
because he's expecting the interceptor to blow them all up once they start sailing out
Right,
there. But no one's listening to Jack's plans, so it doesn't work his way.
right, and then we get another fight.
We do.
Yeah,
So this fight,
the Black Pearl crew boards the, ship.
yep.
The
Fun
Dawn that
fact, the
yeah,
Dauntless. Fun fact about this fight. It was filmed on a boat, and like I mentioned before, that they did the plates before with the empty crew after they'd done a bunch of rehearsals. They did a bunch of rehearsals of this fight, getting the
yes,
with the pirates and the Navy guys, getting the camera movements right, getting it down to like an art, memorization. So when they actually filmed it for the movie, they took all the pirates out. So all the Navy guys had to pretend to fight the pirates that were there for all the practices. So they could put in the digital pirates skeletons after
okay.
the fact.
Wow,
Yeah, so they did a bunch of rehearsals. They're like, okay, we're gonna do one of these shots for real. The camera movements all had their things in. All the Navy guys knew what they were supposed to do, and the pirates stepped out. So they had the open spots where they could put all the digital characters in, and then they had to do the pirates with all the little motion capture things on them later, so they could match their movements.
right. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but it looks good.
Yeah. So we get a big old fight. Miss Swan takes off. She ties bed sheets and scurries down the back.
Yep, scurries down the back, hops in a little boat, and heads to the island.
Yep.
And before the pirates actually show up, her dad's like, "Hey, I'm sorry about this, that we had to lock you up, but we can't trust you to not do something stupid. So,
Very nice
Elizabeth,
man.
are you in there?"
Yeah.
He opens
Whoa.
the he opens the door. "Oh no, you did something stupid."
Yeah. So yeah, we go cut back to Jack with Barbosa. I know he doesn't fire Will. But yeah, it's Jack and Barbosa. They double cross each other. It's all kinds of chaos. A fight breaks out.
Yeah. We also so Elizabeth doesn't go to the island first. She goes to the Black Pearl first.
Yeah, she does, because she unlocks the crew.
Yep, she unlocks the crew. She knocks out the monkey.
She kills the
Uh,
monkey. She kills that monkey.
she doesn't kill the
Throws him in the
monkey.
she throws him in the water. He sinks to the bottom. He can't swim. He's a monkey. And
True.
he's like bootstrap, so he's down at the bottom. He's gone. Dead monkey.
Still zombie monkey.
For now.
Yes.
She frees the crew.
Yes. And she's like, "Come on, let's go save Jack." And they're like, "We're
Or we don't.
or we don't. We're on the Black Pearl. We're all free now." There's a
the
bunch of
other
zombie pirates fighting the Navy. We're just gonna go.
we're just gonna take the pearl and leave.
Yeah.
And she protests, and then it cuts to her sitting in a dinghy going to the island,
It's like bloody pirates.
grumbling about the crew that she freed.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
we glossed over it briefly because
go
we just
ahead.
went straight to the fight. But the two pirates, Patel and Regati, were the distraction for the pirate attack. They got
Oh
dressed up in
yes,
dresses with parasols and sent out on a little boat. And they're like, "What is that?" While the other pirates climbed up the anchor chains and got on the back of the boat for the
correct.
attack because they came
That's
out
how
of the
that went
water.
down.
Um,
Yes,
so now Elizabeth is paddling to the island by herself.
right.
Mr.
And then
Gibbs, Anna Marie, and the rest of the crew have taken the Pearl. They're on their way out.
this is when the Black Pearl crew is like, "Whoa, we gotta go,"
Yeah, like the ship's leaving.
and then so they basically call themselves back to the cave.
No, they're still fighting on the boat. Some of the pirates stayed in the cave with Barbosa.
Right, but they have that they're leaving the ship.
They're not.
Some pirates are leaving the ship.
Okay,
I
I don't think
think.
so. But also the govern. So while all the Navy guys are fighting, the governor's fighting a zombie hand.
Oh, so all the British soldiers in the dinghies get called to help.
Yes, those because
Those are who coming back.
so part of the plan was the bunch of the soldiers would be in dinghies waiting for them to come out instead of the cannons and everything. So they're
Right.
trying to get back to the boat to help with the battle.
Those are those. That's who's getting called back.
Yeah,
Those who's come. Those are who coming back. Not the. Okay. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Still
So
working on my shorthand. Anyway,
that's
but yeah,
okay.
now we're back in the cave. Now there's
I
a
was gonna
sword fight going on,
Governor Swan's fighting a disembodied hand from one of the because one of the guys was
and,
reaching in and he knocked the hand off.
the hand's still going, and he's just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he
And
throws it in a drawer.
I've got to mention this because Jeff loves severed hands that work independently from themselves. He does not. He hates them.
But like they ick him out, or it's like that's stupid.
No, that's stupid.
Oh,
Just like
okay,
centaurs.
got it. But how does he feel? How does he feel about Thing then, or is that
I
is
don't know.
Thing
We
different?
haven't talked about Adam's family. Thing might be different because it's an entity of itself. It's not independent of somebody else.
Right? Because
I
like
don't
no,
know.
I'm
Jeff, I'll
like
ask you about Thing next time we talk. Um,
sure.
but I bring it up because the payoff of it is kind of funny. Um,
The joke later.
yeah, I guess not really a joke, and it's not really funny, but I find it funny.
I found it funny. I laughed too.
But yeah, he takes the hand, he throws it in a drawer, and it's trying to fight to get out.
Yep. Which that doesn't work. The hand does not operate independent because it doesn't have eyes, and the person in order to operate the hand would have to be seeing what it was doing in order for it to know. It can't. The hand independent from the body can't just know what's going on.
We don't know what the premise of the all the ins and outs of the curse are.
Nope. I'm with Jeff. It's dumb.
Anyway, Navy and pirates are fighting, and we're back in the cave because they're fighting now.
And then Jack stabs Captain Barbosa. So Barbosa stabs him right back.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Jack's putting everybody kind of in a false sense of security at the moment. He's walking around, picking up treasure, talking about what he's gonna do. Um, um, and then he turns on him and stabs Barbosa. And Barbosa's like,
Barbosa's like,
What are you doing?" This-
yeah,
I,
you know nothing's gonna happen.
yeah, you know we can't die. You told us about the Dawn list not to get lift the curse yet. You know. So he pulls the sword out and stabs Jack.
And then Jack doesn't die.
Nope. He stumbles back into moonlight and revealing to everybody that he had grabbed a coin and that him and Barbosa can fight to the end of their days.
Yes. And we get a really cool sword fight between Jack and Barbosa of them coming in and out of moonlight,
We
which
do.
must have been very hard to do.
So, fun fact: this fight
Yes.
was shot similar to the other fights. I like how each fight kind of ramps it up, or in each scene with the zombies. So they filmed this like six different, or like three or four different times. One with both Barbosa and Jack fighting. So they went through and had all the shots of them as their human forms. And then they shot it with each one doing their own things by themselves, so they could, as the moonlight shifts, because it's in streams, so they could you could get half skeletal Jack fighting half Barbosa Jack, or an all skeletal Jack fighting all human Jack Barbosa. Um, so they filmed each plate with one of them by themselves, so they could incorporate everything, and then they did the green screen, or the blue screen with the dots, the motion
That's
capture.
a lot. That's a
That is a lot,
lot.
but they were able to merge it all together, and it looked really good.
Yep.
I stand
Then
by
we have
that.
chaos. We have chaos back at the boats too. There is all kinds of fights happening back at the boat.
Yep, because
We
the
got
reinforcements showed up from the dinghies, and mostly soldiers are dying because the pirates can't.
right. Yep. And we get more sword fighting in the cave. And okay, so this is where Miss Swan wants to go get Will, and the crew is like, "Yeah, we're gonna go," and they send her in the little boat.
Right. She shows up eventually.
Right. Yep. And then the Pearl crew actually starts. Some of them start leaving to chase the Black Pearl.
Okay. Um,
And then from here we get Miss Swan showing up at the cave, and
Helping
she's
Will
trying to
fight.
helping Will fight. And then yeah, it gets a little confusing right here, but because Jack, he has the one coin, and then he cuts his
Oh,
hand and throws it to Will.
okay. So there's a couple things that happen here that I want to touch on really quick. Will and Elizabeth are fighting three pirates.
Yes.
One of them's the guy that has the bombs, whose beard is smoking, and there's the other two pirates, and they all kind of get hooked together with a spear thing.
Right, and
And
then blow him up.
yeah, and then Will shoves the bomb in the guy. They push him out of the moonlight, so they're solid again. Um, and then they
Which
blow up, which
okay.
is not good for them.
It'll be fine here in a little bit
No, it won't.
because they'll just
um,
they'll just go.
I mean, they're just done basically.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, Jack cuts his hand with the coin
Right,
in
because
it.
he needs his blood
He's
too.
his blood
Now that he's
too to lift the curse.
now that he's cursed.
Now that he's cursed, tosses the coin to Will, who has cut his hand, and he catches the coin, and then he drops him into the chest as Jack shoots Barbosa with his pistol.
But we get the fake out because Barbosa aims at Will, and then we hear the gunshot, and we get a reaction from Miss Swan that suggests that Will hath been shot.
Right. But then we look and we see that Jack shot Barbosa.
Yes. And so Barbosa dies, and the rest of the crew on the ship starts to realize, we're not skeletal anymore.
Yeah. First, Barbosa's like, "Look, you wasted your shot. What are you doing?" And Will's like, "I got the coin, dropped it in." He's like, "Oh, you did it. You lifted the curse, and I feel cold now." And he dies.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
But yeah, one of the pirates gets stabbed and then falls over, and they're like, "Wait, what happened?" They all start looking at themselves like, "Oh."
The curse was lifted. So they surrender.
Yeah, they say parlay.
Yeah.
And they surrender and all get arrested.
Yep, and then we're back on the Duchess, the dog trader.
The Dauntless.
That's the one. And Will and Miss Swan start to have a moment, and Jack wrecks it.
Yeah, well, this is in the cave still. Jack's gathering
Still in
up
the
the
cave.
treasure.
Yeah, and then he's like, "If we were looking for your moment, that was it."
Yeah, and Jack doesn't wreck the moment because she's
No,
getting all flirty, and he's like, "We should get you back to your fiance," and she's like, "You stupid, stupid blacksmith."
so Will wrecks the moment.
Yes, Will wrecks the moment, and Jack shows up and says, "Haha, that was your moment."
Now they're on the little boat. Jack learns the fate of the Black Pearl.
And Jack is depressed.
Yeah,
He's just
and
sitting
then we,
there, laid down with treasures, all sad.
yeah, because his
He's
boat's
like, "They
gone.
had to do what was right by them. I'm not happy about it, but, you
It's
know,
part of being a pirate.
they stuck to the code."
And now we get Jack being hanged.
Yes.
There's a long list of stuff,
Yes, there is.
and we see a familiar
Impersonating a member of
parrot
the
show up.
clergy.
Yeah, a couple of them he finds really funny.
He's like, "Oh, yeah, I did."
That was fun. I remember that. Yeah, takes me back.
Yeah.
But we see a familiar parrot show up
Yep.
and poop on one of the guards, and then Will confesses his love for Miss Swan finally,
Yes, yes, he
and is
does.
like, "It's wrong for you to kill this man." So
Yep.
he becomes a turncoat and saves Jack. They almost get away, but they get cornered.
Yeah, by a lot of soldiers.
Yeah, they made a valiant effort, and Will's like,
They did. He did the sword throwing trick from earlier to
"Yes,
sticks in the trap door of the gallows, and Jack's able to stand on it.
yep." And then they get him down, and they run, and it looks like Will and Jack are both going to be killed now. And
Yep.
then Miss Swan steps in,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Nope, I like this one. I'm not marrying that one, and
Please
you all
don't
need
kill
to
that
stop
one.
and go away. You all are done. Just
Yeah.
stop it, Daddy. Stop it."
And the governor's like, "Wait, wait, wait, wait. Elizabeth's in the middle of this. Stop it. Stop it. Put your guns down." And she's like, "Haha. I'm the governor's daughter. I do have
Yep.
power."
Then the
Yeah.
Commodore gives Will his sword and walks away.
No. you
Yeah,
you're missing
I
stuff.
skip. Uh, go
You
ahead.
skipped a part. So they're all standing there. Weapons have been pulled off them. Jack's like, "Okay, this is uh this has been fun. I've got to go.
Yeah, I will see you later.
Elizabeth, this never would have worked out with us. I've got to do my thing." And he just kind of backs up and stumbles over the parapet that Elizabeth fell off of
Oh right.
before
Yeah, mid speech.
mid speech. Like this will
You'll
be
remember
you'll
this as the day that Jack Sparrow.
yeah. He falls in the water, sees the black pearl, and swims to it.
Yes.
Um,
Now they're gonna hang Will. They're planning to hang Will at this point.
well, yeah, but then the governor pardons him.
You're like, well, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Gillette's like, "Let's go get him," and Norrington's like, "I'm tired. We can give them a day.
Yeah.
Then we'll
He's
go
admitted
hunt
that
them down."
he's accepted defeat. He's like, yeah, it's fine. She can marry the blacksmith.
It's like, "I'm not getting married. I lost a lot of members of the Navy on this adventure. It's just I'm tired."
And the governor looks at his daughter and is like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay."
Like, "Okay, I'll write the pardon to get him off, and we'll leave this be."
And then they finally smooch.
Yep, big
And we
old
cut, yeah, big ol' in the sunset on top of the thing overlooking the water smooch. It's romantic.
big old music swell, and Jack gets pulled aboard.
And we're back to the Black Pearl.
Yep. They drop him a rope, they pull him out of the water, they give him his hat and his coat.
They declare him captain.
Yep.
And we roll credits.
After he opens his compass,
And
he opens the compass, looks at it, and is like, "Drink up, me hearties, yo ho," and they sail off to find treasure.
and then we roll credits.
We do roll credits. Now,
I
did,
skipped my question
oh, you had a
that I
question?
brought up. I did. So they're in the cave.
Yes, they're in the cave.
All the trinkets or all the medallions or all the Aztec gold is put back where it belongs.
Yes.
Miss Swan steals one. She takes it back.
Yes.
Why is she not then cursed?
She should have been. I'm trying to think if I've got to watch it again. I'm trying to think if she took the medallion out of the chest, or if Barbosa threw it out of
Well,
frustration and she just picked it up. Because
well,
if she
because it
took it
was
out of the chest, she would be
she didn't take
cursed.
it out of the chest. It was dropped down with her.
Okay, then she would not be cursed because it
Okay.
wasn't taken from the chest itself. Just like when she wasn't cursed when she took it from Turner, or he wasn't cursed when he got it from his dad. As they spent them, went out into the world. It didn't curse those people. It just cursed the people that took them from the chest.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Marshall,
Did you watch the end of the credits?
no.
So at the very end of the credits, there's a scene. You see an apple floating in the water, and the monkey comes swimming past the apple, climbs up on the
Okay.
little island, takes a coin out of the chest, and becomes cursed again.
Oh, poor monkey. Yeah. No, I totally missed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
Marshall.
the monkey gets cursed again. And just to put this out there, because I don't know if we're doing the other ones. In the next movies, you see the monkey with the Black Pearl crew, so they went to that island. That's where they were headed.
Okay.
Why Jack um, pulled up the compass. They have the undead monkey.
Okay. Well, Marshall,
Yes.
what are your final thoughts?
I still love this movie. I think it's fantastic. It's a good adventure. Um, I was gonna bring it up earlier, but I'll bring it up now too. That they when they were making this movie, because they Hollywood used to do a bunch of pirate movies, and they did them until they got too expensive to make, with being filmed on water, boats, and all that fun stuff. And this was a callback to those old pirate movies, but made modern with that sense of adventure, wonderment, and mystery behind it. I think it's a very well done movie. It's the best of the Pirates movies, and I think it's a great starting point to the series. Um, and I mean, I'll keep watching it again, and I'm excited for more if they
Okay.
continue to do 'em. But what's your thought?
So I hadn't seen this movie in 20 something years
Yeah,
since it came out in theaters. I'm not sure why. It's one of those ones that just it never I saw it in theaters. I've heard about it. I never really owned it. It never came onto my radar as a movie that I watched. Um,
yeah,
that being said, after this, I am very excited to watch it more when Finley gets a little bit older. Watch it with him, and I'm excited to go through the entire series of this. I think it was very well done. Most of it holds up. We have to take the CGI for what it is.
yeah.
It was great for the time. It does have a little bit of it is a little dated, but
Do-
overall it doesn't take away from the believability. It doesn't pull me out of the movie.
no, it
It's not jarring. It doesn't do any of that for me. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a regular movie for me. And yeah, I definitely want to watch the rest of them because I don't think I've seen any beyond this one.
Okay. Um, okay. Something I was gonna touch on, but since you haven't seen the next couple movies, and we're not really going into those at the moment, I will leave that if we do get into them. And we can talk about it later if you do end up watching the other two movies. It's a part of
Okay.
Jack's backstory that explains several things about the pearl and everything else. So if we do more, you'll hear about that. You might want to
Okay.
cut that out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Or people can come back if we do more pirate movies. But, yeah, I don't
I don't have
like I
anything
said,
more.
I don't think I have anything more. I talked about it a lot, the making of this movie, the tactileness of actual filmmaking, the way it was done, sets and things like that is always it always adds to it, um, the practicality of it. So, good movie, happy to watch it, a lot of fun. So, yeah.
All right.
And now you get to tell us what's next on our list,
Yes. So at some point, we are going to have to break our streak of blockbuster movies.
but not this day.
But but today is not that day, because I don't want to.
That's okay.
And we're gonna go in a complete 180 different direction.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have an actress coming to the podcast for the first time.
Okay.
Actually, I think we'll have a couple actors who haven't been on the podcast before, and we're gonna go back to 2000.
Okay.
Trying to think of another build up, and I don't have it. Miss Congeniality. We're gonna watch Miss Congeniality.
We're gonna do Miss Congeniality
Yes,
with Sandra Bullock and
correct. And Bill
Michael
Shatner.
Caine?
Uh
Okay. I didn't I that is not a direction I expected this to go at all.
huh.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I had another movie picked, and I
You're
there's
you're c you're
yeah,
calling this a blockbuster?
it is a blockbuster,
Okay.
and a cult classic.
Okay. I'm
Do
here
you
for it.
disagree?
That it's a cult classic? No. That it's a blockbuster? I was it considered a blockbuster?
Yeah, I googled it.
Okay.
I googled is Miss Congeniality a blockbuster, and it said absolutely it is, and it's become a cult classic.
Okay. Well then.
So so join us next time as we as we watch talk about Miss Congeniality.
Yeah. This should be fun.
It should be.
I'm excited.
If you if you'd like to reach out to us, you can do so. Watch it bro
Yeah.
podcast at gmail.com. We're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Watch It Bro Pod, Facebook and Insta under that same handle. Our intro and outro music is provided by my lovely wife, that intro being Blue, that outro being Orlando. And as always, thank you for watching.